You see, it won't take too much to spark those women off at the moment. And if that were to happen, I think the department would have to very seriously consider Powell's ability as acting governor.
Good. That means we'd have Mrs. Morris.
Oh, not necessarily. It would depend on the incident, wouldn't it, Stevens?
Hello.
Hi. From me? From Wally.
They're beautiful.
So are you. He's outside. He wants very much to say hello.
I've told him, Paul, I can't.
He loves you, Mum. We both do.
Thanks for being here.
Can I tell him to come in?
No. Say thank you, but no.
Oh, I'll give these back to the nurse. Back in a minute.
Hey, did they give you any money for selling it?
Oh, they offered me a job.
They what?
Well, only part-time.
Well, when do you start?
Next week. And the veils and the headdresses. There was one veil that had, well, it was almost all orange
Pixie.
blossom. Well, not real orange blossom, but it was beautifully
Pixie,
done.
did you tell them about yourself?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, did you tell them you're in prison?
No. Well, do you think it would matter?
Evening, Donovan.
Please, I need a doctor.
Oh, dear, the doctor's gone, Donovan. Hours ago. Permanently. Goodness me, don't tell me someone spiked your food.
Please, I need a doctor.
Stay with her, Hunt. Gee, what's wrong? What happened?
Listen to me carefully.
You mean you accepted the job, just like that?
Yes, isn't it wonderful?
And you didn't say you were from Wentworth?
Well, she didn't ask. She was just really pleased when I sold all of those lovely dresses.
You cannot go around deceiving people like that. She has to know.
Well, all right, I'll tell her when I start.
No, I will tell her now. Which means, of course, you might not be starting.
You can't take that job away from me.
Pixie, you just have to face it. Most people don't want to employ prisoners on work release.
Well, that's not fair. I can do that job.
Unfortunately, that isn't taken into consideration.
You don't understand. That would be simply perfect for me. It would be like getting married 10 times a day, only it would be legal.
Sorry.
But I can't wash those horrid dishes. I'd just die if I had to.
I don't think it'll be quite so drastic.
Come on, wait outside. It really would boost the morale of the women if she could keep that job.
Yes, but she's got Buckley's.
Well, Miss Schumann seemed quite approachable. Perhaps if I went to see her, it might help.
All right, but it'll have to be in your time.
Right, I'll take an early lunch.
Do try and avoid the reporters. They're hanging around out there
Yes,
like
I know.
vultures.
Had trouble getting through this morning.
Oh, Mrs. Powell, problems, I'm afraid. Donovan's ill. We've got the doctor into series with her now.
Well, what's wrong?
Well, we've no idea. But she is demanding to see you.
Oh, it's not fair, Mrs. Morris. It's just not fair.
Pixie, you had no right to just walk off like that in the first place. Now, as far as I was concerned, you just run away.
Oh, that's silly. Oh, I don't mean you're silly, Mrs. Morris, but, well, I wouldn't, would I?
Well, I don't know, Pixie.
I mean, I'm not a criminal or anything.
Really?
Well, I suppose I am. Oh, but not that sort of criminal. I mean, I'm not dangerous or anything.
Well, I've never considered that
I'm
you
more
were.
the artistic sort of criminal. Well, when I saw that wedding dress display, I was shocked. Oh, the dresses were beautiful, but, well, they didn't have any matching bridesmaids' dresses with orange blossom sprays or anything. If I was doing a display like that, I'd have a wonderful show of Belgian lace and velvet. Well, not that I've ever been married in winter, but, well, I do love velvet, don't you, Mrs. Morris? Oh, Mrs. Morris?
Pixie! Will you come back here, please? Now, I'll go to Miss Schumann and I'll try and put in a good word for you.
Thank you, Mrs.
Not that I think it'll do any good. I'm really going to apologise on your behalf.
Well, I guess I was a bit foolish, wasn't I?
Yes, you were. And I don't want you to get your hopes up about this job, because I don't think I'll be able to do any good with it. Right?
Right. I suppose it was too good to be true. Thinking something that wonderful could last forever.
Yeah, well, you should have told Miss Schumann the truth.
I know, but in such a wonderful place, well, who'd think of dreadful things like prisons?
Parker, you've been told before you either work or you stay in your cell. Now, it's very obvious to me you're not working.
Well, I'll find something to do, Miss Ferguson. Please, I don't want to be on my own. Yeah, she could help me with the pickup. Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, up to it. And, Parker, you better get used to being on your own, because your mate Donovan is going to be gone for a long time.
What do you mean? How, what did she mean? Min told me she was coming back soon. She told me.
Yeah, well, that was yesterday. Today she's real butchers.
Well, how come she was all right when I seen her?
That's before she ate her tea. She reckons a freak tried to poison her.
Are you sure?
Minnie's, it nearly killed her. You should see her, Jude. She looks like death's warmed up.
Oh, don't be awful, Phyllis.
Oh, Min, but we've got to do something.
Yeah, geez, we're not safe from any of the screws in this dump. What are we going to do?
We're going to see it doesn't happen again.
But the doctor thinks it's just a very bad case of gastroenteritis.
Same symptoms. I tell you, I was poisoned.
Oh, come on, that is ridiculous. Nobody else has reported sick.
Nobody else got poisoned food.
All right, then, who touched Jamil? Sure? Parker? Friends of
It
yours, are
wasn't
they?
one of the women.
Then?
Miss Ferguson.
It's a very serious charge, Donovan.
I know that.
Can you back it up?
She knew I was ill and she didn't get help.
Oh, come on, that's not good enough and you know it.
All right, I can't prove it, but you've got to believe me.
I can arrange for further tests to be taken. That's all I can offer.
She'll do it again. To me or anybody else that gets in the way.
You are already on a charge of assaulting Miss Ferguson.
It's got nothing to do with it.
It could have. You have to be careful of flinging around what look like wild accusations.
The women don't think they're wild. They think it might happen again. And if it does, you'll have to deal with them.
Of course I'm denying it. It's ridiculous.
Why didn't you get help for Donovan when she was ill?
Because I didn't know about it.
She said she called and you came in.
Another lie. Look, we've treated those women with kid gloves since that Bridges affair. And what's happened? The keys, the assault, and now this. We should have tightened security, not slackened it.
The department doesn't agree.
Maybe the department doesn't know what's going on. Now, I resent being accused of poisoning. Am I being charged?
No, not at the moment, Miss Ferguson.
Thank you, Governor.
Judy Bryant to see you.
Come in, Brad. That's all, Miss Ferguson.
Do you know what she did to Min?
Yes, I have spoken to Donovan.
And you're going to let her walk out there and do it again?
There is no proof.
Don't give me that crap, Mrs. Powell.
Bryant.
We've already had one screw in here that was trying to kill us off one by one. Are you going to let another one go out there and try and poison the rest of us?
No, of course I'm not. Now, will you calm down for a minute and listen? Thank you. I have asked for a medical report. If it does show that Donovan's been poisoned, I will take action.
Huh. And how long's that going to take?
A couple of days.
Well, we could all be dead by then.
I don't think anything more is likely to
Well,
happen.
I do. Those women out there are scared for their lives.
Yes, and will you tell them that I am looking into it? Now go on. Wait outside. Mrs. Morris will take you back to the laundry. Oh, damn it. It's all we need, isn't it? That bloody woman.
Do you think it's true?
God knows. But until the test results come through, I can't do anything.
Let's just hope the women accept that.
Oh, hey, Jude, what did Mrs. Powell say? Is Min all right?
Oh, it's the usual runaround. They said she had gastro.
Oh, that's rubbish. Oh, terrific, and that's it.
No. They said they will do a few little tests on her just to keep us quiet.
Oh, and I bet you the results get lost.
The freak gets away with it again.
God, I'm sick of that bitch. And we just sit back and let it happen.
We don't have to, you know. We can do something about it, or we can let the freak keep trying.
Yeah, next time she's probably going to kill Min, and we can't let her do that. What the hell can we do?
Use our brains. Keep me, honey. Now, Mrs. O'Regan said that there were some reporters outside. Is that right, Phil?
Yeah.
Okay, so we get word to them. We let them know what's really going on in this place.
Yeah, sure, we can just walk out and tell them.
Yeah, who's going to fix that with Min away?
I am. Okay? Okay. Now, I got a plan, girls. I'm going to need a can of spray paint. I'm going to need something to use as a jemmy.
Oh, well, me and Cass can get that from the store on our next pickup.
All right, well, don't get caught, okay?
Geez, of course we won't get caught. What's the plan?
I'll worry about the plan. You just trust me, all right?
Well, hang on a minute. You said we were all in this together.
We are all in this together. I need you. I mean, after all, you guys are going to create a little diversion.
You'd think they'd give up and go home, wouldn't you?
Not reporters. Thanks, Trev. Please, will you let me through?
Tell us about the death, lady. What exactly happened?
I have nothing to say. Now, will you please?
One of the officers was decapitated, is that right?
By the prisoner, right? Aren't you scared for your life with types like that around?
Of course not. She was only trying to defend herself.
Thanks, lady.
Anyone else find last night's meal didn't agree with them?
No, only Donovan.
Ah, maybe she was poisoned. You know, teed it up with one of the others. Small dose, blame me. Easy enough to get hold of the stuff with a lack of security around here.
Yeah, well, we'll sort that one out later. It's the other charges, the assault and theft of keys, that I want to deal with quickly.
Yeah, so do I.
Oh, good. Well, make yourself available first thing this afternoon.
With pleasure. When does the VJ arrive?
He won't be coming.
What?
I've been doing my homework. I've decided to deal with the matter myself.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can. A governor's court. Just you, Donovan, and myself. I hear the evidence, then pass sentence.
That's ridiculous. The VJ should do it.
Sorry, Miss Ferguson. I'm calling the shots.
A prisoner? That nice young girl? Oh, my goodness. Hard to believe, isn't it? Wow, yes. Miss Schumann, I know what you're going to say. She just deserves to be given a chance.
This is a bridal boutique. We can't employ criminals.
Does Pixie look like a hardened criminal?
No, but...
She got into trouble because she likes getting married. Well, you know, she likes weddings. Well, getting all dressed up.
A bigamist?
Yes.
Goodness. No wonder she modelled those gowns like an expert. She must have had plenty of practice.
Yes, but that's not really the point. She shouldn't be in jail. Please give her a chance.
All the same.
Well, you said yourself she can do the job well.
Even so, look, I'm just the manageress. My brother's the owner. I doubt if he'd approve.
Would you talk to him, please?
Very well, but we do think alike on these matters. Bigamy.
Oh, geez, good on you, Bobby.
Let's move it now. That wasn't easy. I need a fag.
Oh, hey, come on, we got to get that stuff to Jude real quick.
Won't be sick. Geez, I thought he would have nicked off by now.
Oh, no way, he's me mate. And no one's taken him away from me neither.
I had a friend who had a mouse once, called him Snoopy. You ought to call him Snoopy too. Hey, get that, Snoopy too.
Get rid of that cigarette, Mitchell. Bit out of your way, you two, aren't you?
Oh, well, I'm just on my way to the dunny, Miss Ferguson. You know how it is.
Yeah. What do you got in there?
Just some crappy old sheets. We'd just come back from maternity.
Really?
Yeah, and dirty nappies. I wouldn't want to touch them myself.
You get used to handling filth around here. I thought you said you drowned that mouse, Mitchell.
I did. Must be another one.
Get rid of it.
Oh, no, Miss Ferguson, please. He's a real nice little fella,
You heard
doesn't
me,
he?
Parker. Get rid of it now.
Geez, that bitch can smell trouble.
Yeah. She's not making me get rid of Snoopy.
Of course not. Oh, come on, let's get out of here.
Very quiet around here.
Yeah.
Something else happened?
Oh, no. But I'm worried.
I think the women are planning something.
Frankly, yes.
I hope you're wrong. When's the VJ's hearing?
I'm holding a governor's court instead. Well, after this morning's little incident, I can't risk it going before the VJ. By the time Ferguson's finished, he'll throw the book at Donovan. Then there'd be no controlling the women.
Well, I think it's a very good idea.
At least I can keep it fair.
Well, I'll go into the dining room if you like. See if I can gauge the women's mood.
All right, thanks.
Everything all right?
Seems to be.
Excuse me, Mrs. Morris, but did Mrs. Power ring Miss Schumann?
Oh, I went to see her myself, Pixie. I'm sorry, I don't think things are going to work out.
Oh, well, it was nice of you to do that for me. I really appreciate it.
Everything ready?
Yep.
Good. Okay, here goes.
What's going on, Bryant? You tell us?
What's happening? We don't like the food.
Pity. Because that's all there is. And it's a long wait till tea time. So I'd eat it all up if I were you.
Well, we're not taking any chances. This food could be poisoned, like Minnie's.
Didn't do Donovan any good to say that, Bryant, and won't do you any good either. Lies never do. Not bad. Still, if you want to starve yourselves, go ahead. Give them a few more minutes. And if they're still not hungry, take them to the rec room.
Thank you very much. Here's pie. That was Miss Sherman. As crazy as it sounds, they're willing to give Pixie a week's trial.
Well, that's wonderful. And I just told her not to expect anything.
Glad someone's luck's changed.
Trouble in the dining room.
What?
Women are refusing to eat. I suggest we lock them in their cells till they come to their senses.
Are they being disruptive?
No, not yet.
Then
but...
we'll leave them alone. Going without one meal won't hurt them.
Oh, come on, that's just asking for trouble.
No avoiding it, Miss Ferguson. I'm sure if there are problems, Mrs. Barry will let me know. Oh, the governor's court. I'll be ready for you in 5 minutes.
Yes, Governor.
Would you get Donovan, Meg?
Yes, of course. I just hope Joyce can handle the women.
Me too. The minister's coming in this afternoon. Wants to see the situation firsthand.
Oh, that's all we need.
All right, ladies. You've wasted enough time. Are you going to eat or not?
Oh, it's a bit cold now, Mrs. Barry. I could go with poison tucker, but not cold poison tucker.
Right, move them out. Come on. Fun's over. Everyone to the rec room.
Now, that's not a bad idea. What do you say, girls?
Yeah, why not be sitting around here on our covers?
Bitch, you told me.
That'll do you,
What is going on?
Oh, my God.
I don't know what you're trying to do. But whatever it is not going to work.
We want the government.
Yeah,
We want the governor.
Get help!
We want the governor. We want the governor. We want the governor. We want the governor.
Let's go. Okay. Well, we've been over everything thoroughly, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Have you got anything else to say, Donovan?
It's all in my statement. I took the keys, but I didn't assault anyone.
My word against yours, Donovan.
I find you guilty as charged
But I
and
told
sentence you to an extra 7 days
That's
imprisonment.
ridiculous.
I don't understand, Mrs. Powell. How can I get an extra 7 days? I haven't even been to trial yet.
It's up to the judge when you go to court. The 7 days can be added to your sentence if you're found guilty.
Or he can make them concurrent. God, this is nothing but a farce.
Are you querying the governor's decision, Miss Ferguson?
The women have got Mrs. Barry trapped in the dining room.
Oh, come on, Kaz. We haven't got much time.
We want the governor. We want the governor. We want the governor. We want the governor. We want the governor.
Quiet, everyone. I said quiet.
Now, I don't have to tell you how serious it is to hold an officer hostage.
Hostage? We're not holding no one hostage.
Yeah, she must have lost her way. Can get real confusing around here, can't it? That's the way out, Mrs. Barry. Should have asked us earlier.
I think she'd know her way around by now.
Okay, ladies. I do know you have been under a strain lately, but I'm fast losing patience. Now, just what is going on?
Well, we just wanted to talk to you, Mrs. Powell.
We want protection. There's been too much happening around here lately.
Yeah, we can't even eat our food no more without wondering if someone spiked it with something, especially after what happened to Minnie.
Donovan is recovering well, and as I have already told Bryant, I am looking into the matter.
We all know what that means.
Shut up, Hunt. Right. You'll all move out to the rec room, and you will wait there until the work period starts. Also, there will be no more disruptions. Get out.
That's what she thinks.
Oh, it's no good, Jude. Nothing's happening.
Well, maybe I should have another go, eh, Kaz?
No, I'm gonna do it. For Min. Hey, I think I've got it. I think I've got it.
Girl.
Now, hang on to your hat.
Come on, Kaz.
I got it.
Good girl, eh?
Okay. Hey, it's coming. Righto, pass her up.
For God's sake, Kaz, hurry up.
I'm sorry, Jude. My hands aren't working too good.
Hey! Hey! You down there, hey! Hey!
Oh, Jude, they're never gonna hear us.
They've got to, come on! Hey!
Hey, over here!
I don't think we're going to get much more out of this. Hey, look, over there! What's she saying?
Come on, let's leave them get closer.
Oh, they're going over there, come on, we'll take it. We'll go over this way, come on, eh?
Should have clamped down on them as soon as they refused to eat.
No harm's been done. Mrs. Barry's fine.
Only because they decided to back off. It could have been very nasty, and it could happen again.
Oh, for God's sake, Joan, if you can't offer anything positive, will you just shut up?
Mrs. Powell.
Yes, Susan.
Parker and Bryant are missing.
What? Are you sure?
Afraid so.
Well, there you are. That's what the fiasco in the dining room was all about. I'll get a search going.
Yes, do that. They kind of got far. I'll call the police.
Right, come on, let's go.
Colleen Powell. What? Oh, no. Yeah, all right, thanks, Bob.
You've heard about Parker and Bryant?
That was Bob Davis at the gate. There are women on the roof.
The reporters?
Bugger it.
Yeah, okay. One of our women did kill a screw. But he'd already killed 3 of us. She was going to be his next victim. What was she supposed to do?
Yeah, and you tell her about Min, Jude. You tell her about Miss Ferguson poisoning men!
Yeah, okay. We got a screw here trying to poison us. Her name is Joan Ferguson.
Oh, jeez, here they come, Jude.
It's all right. Judy? Cass?
And then you come no closer.
We can't go back inside there. We've got no protection from the screws.
Don't come any closer. I don't want to hurt no one, but they gotta know what she done to me.
It's all right, Cass. We can't do anything else up here. The papers will look after it, won't you?
Come on, Brian. You can come
That's
down
her!
now.
That's her!
Come on,
Joan
Brian.
Ferguson! We're never safe
I'm
in the screw
inside.
like that!
Come on.
Come on, let's get out of here before that riffraff causes any more trouble.
Ties in with what that other officer told Sam.
Sounds like they got a pretty explosive situation in there.
Yeah, and it's going to be a great story.
Oh, Colleen, staff are ready. Bryant and Parker are in their cells.
God knows how much they managed to tell the press.
So much for keeping the lid on things.
Yeah, won't Harnsworth love it, if he hasn't heard already.
Governor, it is time for some proper discipline. Bryant actually accused me of poisoning Donovan in front of those reporters.
They may not have heard, Miss Ferguson.
Oh, they heard all right. I want to know what you're going to do about it.
Bryant will be punished.
Along with Parker, I hope, and the others. They were all in on it, right?
Yes, all right. Thanks, ladies. The women will lose buy-up and visiting privileges for a week.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, come on, that's no punishment at all.
With respect, Mrs. Powell, it does seem a bit light.
And it's meant to be.
But they've caused so much trouble.
They are scared. Heaven knows they've had good reason to be lately. And I want you all to be as lenient and as understanding as possible.
Understanding?
This is a very tense situation. If we don't handle it correctly, we could have a full-scale riot. That I can do without.
But we must still maintain discipline.
Yes, naturally. And I want you all to be very careful. Now, officers will be posted at all security gates, and whenever possible, you'll be rostered in pairs. Any more questions? Let's go. Have Bryant and Parker return to normal duties, will you, Meg?
Right.
And remind me to ask Anne how she keeps her sanity, will you?
Mr. Thomas found a second tumour and buried much deeper. And if it hadn't been removed, well, it'd kill you within a year to two at the most.
Are you telling me everything, Dr. Bascom? Is there a possibility of another growth somewhere?
And you know it's impossible to be sure, but it's highly unlikely. Look, you're making an excellent recovery. Physically.
Oh, yes.
I know it'll take a little longer mentally to adjust, but you've just got to try.
I can't be bothered trying to be cheerful.
Come on. It'll come in time. I can't see you being down in the dumps for very long.
It'd be better if I had something to do.
Well, that'll come soon. The physio program that can start any time you like.
I don't mean physically. I need something to think about. I want to see Colleen Powell, acting governor at Wentworth.
Well, you mustn't think about work.
Why not? You want me to be positive? I'm trying to be positive. I've been seeing things on TV in bits and pieces.
Look, I know things seem worse when you feel helpless. I'm sure everything's under control.
No. Something's going on. I want to know what's happening.
And relax. Take it easy, all right? It's for your own good. This Colleen, she'll pay you a visit when she can, and she'll tell you all about it. Hey, these are beautiful flowers. Hand-picked, too, with a look of them. Someone special?
Just a friend.
I've tried everything, Meg, but I can't get through to her.
I'll just give her time while it's been an awful experience.
The bloke who should have helped her wasn't with her.
Well, just keep trying. She's going to need you.
Yeah.
Transfer from Barnhurst. Helen Smart. Hello, Wentworth. Mrs. Morris, Wally.
What are you doing here?
Well, there was this screw, and to make a short story long, he wanted to and I didn't. So I sucked him on. I mean, a girl has to protect her virtue.
Look, if you see Judy, give her my love, will you? Tell her I'll come to see her as soon as visiting's on again.
Oh, we're not going through one of those again. Really have to do something about my timing.
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Here's the file you wanted.
Oh, thanks.
Where'd this lot come from?
Birdsworth sent them. Presents for old mates. Stand on the white line, Helen.
I see the scenery hasn't improved any since my last visit.
Jeez, they hurt, Bobby. Hey, you reckon them reporters will do anything with our story?
Geez, I don't know. Probably all we'll see the holes where they cut out the good parts.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Sneepy too? You didn't take him up there, did you?
Oh, no way. Hey, Jude gave me an empty tin for him for a house. I punched it full of holes so he can breathe.
Wouldn't do me, but it beats death, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, he's safe in there.
Stevens, given any more thought to that unfortunate incident we talked about?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Bright and Donovan have got the women on side at the moment.
Well, that can be changed. Donovan's lost Parker.
Traded her in for a little mouse.
Is that so? Well, you can buy some muscle.
What with?
You'll find some merchandise in your cell, courtesy of Birdsworth. The others got the rubbish, you got the good stuff.
Good, I'll make use of it.
Right. And listen, I've had someone transferred over from D Division.
Who?
Her name's Marge Briggs. Yes, she is known to be aggressive, but I've always found her quite cooperative if she's treated properly.
So you want me to move things along, eh?
That's right. There's an important visitor coming to Wentworth this afternoon, and I want to make sure he gets a real Wentworth welcome.
I'm sorry to have called you in like this, Mrs. Powell. I know you must be a very busy woman.
No, that's all right. Look, unfortunately, I won't be able to stay very long. The minister's due at Wentworth shortly.
It's important that Anne has nothing to worry about at the moment. But I'm afraid she saw something rather unpleasant on TV.
Oh, yes.
And she can't respond to treatment properly until she knows that everything's running smoothly at the prison. Oh, I'd like you to reassure her on that, if you will.
Of course, I'll try.
Thank you.
Colleen, I'm so glad to see you.
I'm sorry Mrs. Powell wasn't here to meet you, sir. She wasn't expecting you quite so soon.
Where is she?
Called away, sir. Personal matter, I believe. Shouldn't be too long. Would you care for some coffee while you're waiting?
No, thank you. Miss Ferguson, just what is going on in this place? I've had the press on my back all day. The governor's missing. The place is in chaos.
Well, the governor should speak to you, sir. I don't think she'd like me to interfere.
Rubbish. The press claim that an officer has talked to them, given them the facts of the case.
Surely not.
Well, they seem to know all about it. And what's this about women up on the roof, holding up banners? Is that any way to run a prison? I'm horrified, Miss Ferguson. I am horrified.
Yes, sir, that was an unfortunate incident.
Unfortunate? The security in this place is abysmal. And you talk of unfortunate.
Perhaps Mrs. Powell misunderstood the departmental directive.
What do you mean?
Or maybe she thought we were to give concessions, relax things a little.
Not in matters of discipline.
Oh, no, sir, I couldn't agree more. In fact, there are many areas here where the prisoners are treated with far too much leniency. In fact, I've made out a report. It includes this morning's happenings and several other problems as I see them. Perhaps you'd like to read it.
Thank you, Miss Ferguson. I would.
And all the staff send their regards?
Yes.
The women have been asking after you as well.
Card was beautiful. But you're avoiding the issue, Colleen.
Just the usual day in the life of a governor.
Don't give me that. I've seen the news.
Since when do you believe everything you watch on the box?
Come on, Colleen. Don't be like everyone else.
What's that mean?
I've had my breast removed, not my brain. Why does everyone have to treat me as if I'm a child or something? I want to know what's happening. What were the women doing on the roof?
Right. Look, it's just that one of the women took sick and claimed she was poisoned. After the David Bridges affair, they've all been a bit steamed up, that's all.
Yes, but the news
Forget
said...
the news. It'll die down. You know how the press blows everything up. And it is all under control. Really.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Hello! Helen! Hey! You old son of a gun, how are you? How are things down on the farm?
Oh, Barnhurst's all right for a visit. Wouldn't want to live there.
Good news, Pixie. Mr. Schuman's decided to give you a week's trial after all.
Oh, golly, that's wonderful. But are you sure? I mean, after what happened here today, the work release program hasn't been cancelled,
No,
has
it's all
it?
going ahead. As of tomorrow, you are officially employed.
Oh, dear. Oh, I've got so much to do. Oh, my work dress. Well, the hem isn't straight. Well, Judy did her best. Do you think I could stay back here after work and fix it?
I don't see.
Oh, thank you.
All right, ladies, come on. Back to work. So listen, Jude, tell me what's been happening around this joint. You the new top dog?
Oh, hey. Sorry. Your bloody fault. Breed 'em clumsy in Barnhurst, don't they?
Oh, listen, you little bitch. If you think you can talk to me
Yeah,
like
I
that...
do. You want to make something of
Cut it out. And the screws will be back here any second. We've already pushed our luck far enough today. Now you pick those up. Now.
Just what I was going to do.
Good.
What was all that about?
I don't know. She's a bit pushy, though, isn't she?
Well, this is interesting. Most interesting.
I thought you'd think so, sir.
It certainly explains the situation with the women. But I still would like to know which officer spoke to the press.
I'm sure we all would.
Oh, sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Hansworth. I was called out to the hospital.
Never mind. Miss Ferguson has been filling me in on things.
Oh, thank you, Miss Ferguson. Knew I could rely on you.
I'll leave you to talk then, sir.
And you've got a fair amount of explaining to do?
Yes, well, if you mean about the press, I am sorry, but we cannot avoid them. They're hanging around like vultures.
An officer has spoken to them.
No, I don't believe that.
You mean you don't want to believe it? Anyway, it's not just that. It's the governor's court and the lack of security.
No, please, Mr. Hansworth, I do intend to submit a written report on everything that's happened within the last couple of days.
Good. I shall look forward to reading that.
Excuse me. I thought you should see this.
Well, of course I didn't speak to the press. Well, not the way it says there.
You must have said something.
I answered a question. The rest of it they made up. Well, you know what they're like.
I gave strict instructions. Officers were to have no communication with them at all.
Well, it's very difficult when they're crawling all over your car.
Obviously, for you, it is.
That's hardly fair.
The department can't afford to have any officer, especially one in an important position, disobeying orders like that. I'm afraid I must demote you, Mrs. Morris.
I don't think that's necessary.
You and I seem to disagree on what is necessary, Mrs. Powell. Miss Ferguson will take over as acting deputy governor.
Thank you, sir. If you don't mind, I'd like to return to my duties.
Naturally, there'll be an inquiry into your behavior, Mrs. Morris. You may go.
Mrs. Morris is an excellent officer. I know she would not deliberately...
I'm not very happy with your performance either, Mrs. Powell. An officer's life has been endangered. The system held up to ridicule. I want to make a full inspection of the prison. And then I myself will decide what action is to be taken.
Hey, you reckon we'll be on the TV?
I don't know, did you see any telecameras?
Oh, no.
Well, then you won't be, will you?
I suppose not.
Oh, jeez.
Right, girls, I want you to just wait up for me at the end of that corridor, please.
Oh, we're not be going out for our
No,
exercise.
not
Mrs.
today,
Morris?
Pixie, not today.
Oh.
Judy, Lizzie's sending a present for you. It's a basket of food. Now, I'll bring it to the rec room when you see it's distributed.
Yes, of course. Good old Lizzie. I knew she wouldn't forget her mates.
Backside, the food's hidden in the jam jar.
I wouldn't put it past.
Jeez, it's not fair not getting no exercise period. It's mean cooping us up in here all day.
You'll be going out in pairs during the day. Now, everybody keep busy.
Sally, want to play gin?
You're on. Let me see the colour of your money. Clear them up. You know what to do.
Meant to get right over. Hey, give us that back.
Wanted to get a real good look at you, ape-face. You're the chick that turns blokes' heads, aren't you?
Mitch, why'd you have to go and say something like that for?
Oh, he was! Hey, watch it!
I picked the wrong time to come down in the ear. For God's sake, stop it! Will you please stop it?
The whole atmosphere is too casual. Far too casual. No wonder the women think they can get away with anything.
Well, they felt they had to make some sort of protest. I'm sure there'll be no more trouble from them now.
Then what do you think that is, Mrs. Powell?
To be a real good fighter. Fight to kill, like me.
Cass, get out of the way, she'll kill you.
Don't you know that? Stop it. Oh. Come on, bitch.
Good God!
Sound the alarm. You all right, Meg?
I'll see you in the governor's office now.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.